ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in the
Hi, my name is Lexi. I'm competing in the women's under 84 weight class at Night of Champions.
Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great.
So that's my middle name in Chinese. It's Chung Li, and it's written in my grandpa's handwriting.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's so dark.
Yeah, it's pretty new. I only got it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a stamp. Anyway, let's
won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
what's your name and who are you?
I'm Alexis Salkin, and I'm a mother of 2 gorgeous boys.
What do you do for work?
I'm a project operations specialist at a cybersecurity company. Kind of fancy title, but it's not that fancy.
What got you into powerlifting?
I was at a crossroads. I had kind of semi-retired from playing water polo at a national level. I just had Cooper, and I was finding it really hard to continue training because it's just not one of those things where you can kind of just leave your kid on the deck. And I went back into gym and kind of fell in love with weightlifting and came across my first coach who was like, well, why don't you come try out powerlifting? So went and watched his first comp, and I was like, I can pick up heavy objects, and that was that, and I just fell in love with the sport.
Talk to us about water polo. How long did you do that? What level? Give us all the details.
So I started playing water polo when I was 16, so a freshman in high school. And I remember when you went into high school, you had to nominate the sports that you wanted to do. So I was like cheerleading. Oh gosh, cheerleading. It was, I think, volleyball and swimming. And the swim coach contacted me and a bunch of my girlfriends and was like, "You want to play water polo?" Like, it was this Argentinian guy. And we were like, yeah, okay. So we went down, and at the time, like, there was no women's league. We were going to be our boys' junior varsity team. And he got us in the pool. We did some swimming. He's like, great, you're on the team. And we were like, oh, okay. And from there, we, first 2 years, played as a junior varsity team against other boys' teams. And we actually did quite really well, which was really exciting. And I find playing against men, it's a very different game because as a female, you've got to be very quick thinking and a few steps ahead because the guys are just so much faster and stronger than you. And yeah, same thing. I just fell right into the sport. I loved it. We played all throughout high school. From there, I got recruited to go play at San Diego State University, which is a Division I school in the U.S. So I played in the collegiate system for 4 years and had some really amazing opportunities, got to travel, met some friends that I'm still friends with 20 years now down the track. And then that opened the door for me to come out here and play water polo on the Perth National League team. And I did that for a few years, traveled around Australia, got to train at Wace, played against Olympians and stuff like that. And so I played that till it kind of got to a point where my love for the sport kind of also didn't pay my bills. And so I took a step back from it. But yeah, I love it.
So powerlifting's kind of filled that gap.
Yeah, and I needed something to fill that gap. It's just in me to just be competitive, be sporty, be around that team environment. And I just couldn't imagine my life not having something like that just to continue to drive me. Yeah, and I love powerlifting because there's no ceiling to what you can achieve in this sport. You can keep moving from there. My goal was 100 kilo bench. Now we're moving, 120 kilo bench could be a very possibility. And I love it. And you just keep chasing those numbers on the bar, and it's exciting. Yeah, it's really good.
What's something that you wish you knew when you started powerlifting that you know now?
Probably don't be afraid to move up a weight class or put on weight. I think I grew up in a time when the ideal women's figure was a Victoria's Secret's figure. And as a female, that's what you were always kind of thinking to strive for. That athletic body was never there. So, you're always kind of trying to keep that femininity while still being strong at the same time. And at the time, those two don't go hand in hand. But I love that these days they do. You can be feminine, you can be strong. You've got females like Iona Mayer from the U.S. rugby team who's pushing forward. Be proud of your big backs. Be proud of being a strong female. on and off your sporting fields. And yeah, if I could tell myself that, I would say just embrace it, embrace it, be strong, be proud that you're a strong female, mentally and physically.
Do you think not moving up weight class sooner held you back?
It possibly could have, maybe in my last year. It's definitely something I'm grateful that I embraced, and it was a hard decision to make. But now that I'm here and I'm the strongest that I've ever been, yeah, like I probably, if I had done it sooner, I would have been reaping the rewards that I'm reaping now. Yeah.
Who's your greatest role model and why?
Um, I'd probably say that my biggest role model in my life is my dad. He's always been like my driving force, always pushing for me to be better, to be the best that I can. He's worked really hard to give me and my brother both a very amazing lifestyle and experiences in our lives. Well, both my mom and dad. And yeah, like I don't think I'd be the person that I am today without the influences that he's had in my life.
What's he think about you doing powerlifting?
He thinks it's great. He loves it. My dad's been like my biggest supporter from day one. Like he has been at all my water polo games. When I did Taekwondo, they came to all my belt testings. They, drove down to San Diego when I was there. They've come out here. They went last year with me to Pro Raw, and they sat all day long watching me lift. Like my poor mom looked like she'd been in like a windstorm by the end of the day because they were in the front row and the music was just blasting in there. But it's great. Like I love that they support me, and that they're proud of me for what I've achieved. Yeah, it's nice.
That level of being a role model, is that something you wish to be for your boys?
100%. Yeah. I would love for them to, look back and be like, oh, that's my mom. She's so strong. I know like Cole loves the fact that he can get on Google and like Google my name and see like some of my results. He's like, oh, my mom's on Google. He's like, that's cool. Like he loves it. And I love like the fact that when I started this sport, it was something that they could be in the gym with me and be around it and see strong people doing strong things and living healthy lifestyles, both men and women. And I felt like that was really good role models for the boys to be exposed to and build those strong mindsets. So, yeah, it's great for them to be around. Like, I would love it if they were to, be interested in picking up the bar one day or just continue to explore their love for the sports that they have now. Yeah.
Sounds like you're on the right path for that.
Yeah, thanks.
What's your most memorable moment in powerlifting?
It has to be my 105 bench, which is really funny because I have been chasing a 100-kilo bench since the day I started like powerlifting. I remember it was the first thing I said to my second coach. I'm like, I want a 100-kilo bench. And I've been chasing it for so long, and I've envisioned that moment for so long, and like how I might react and feel. And it was funny, like it wasn't that I wasn't proud of it, but I was in such disbelief that after all this time I hit it. But then to hit 105 4 weeks later in such a short period of time was so amazing. Like just, I don't know, it just lives in my brain. Like it's been a great moment. So yeah, I would really like to cement all that at Night of Champions and make it like an official PB and smack it right there up on the board. Yeah.
What are your interests outside of powerlifting?
Well, lately I've been doing a bit of dance. So I've been going and doing some dance classes on a Wednesday night. It's like, they call it sensual heels, but it's been really good just to, again, embrace that femininity, move my body in a different way. Like, I feel like as fit as I am, I'm not like cardio fit anymore. Like, I think I used to be able to play a whole game of water polo, and right now I'd probably drown. But yeah, it's nice just to go and challenge myself in a different way, be in an environment where I may not be the best, and to have to push myself and just to turn my brain off and just feel the music and have fun. And it's a really great supportive environment. Like, I was always a little worried that the girls might be a bit judgmental because they're all like dancers or, this or that. But it's been such a welcoming community. And it's been nice just to have that outlet outside of like my powerlifting.
How have you felt about the community in powerlifting?
It's been amazing. It's for someone like me who doesn't have any family here, like my friends and the people in this community, they become my family. I started off in Capo, and I met some amazing friends there that I'm still friends with, and I'm making some amazing friends here, and Chris and Kelly from when we were at PPS, and it's nice to have that support and to feel that camaraderie that comes with it. I think we all work really hard, and so when someone achieves something really great, or you see them hit their goal that they've wanted to hit for so long, it's like you kind of share that ride with them because we've all been supporting each other this whole time. So you're like, oh my God, like I'm so proud of you. Like, you made that, and we've all worked together, and yeah, so it's really nice. It makes coming into the gym when you go, oh, I don't really feel like training today, so nice, to the point where I am that person that needs a sign on my back going like, don't talk to me because I'll sit here and talk forever. Because I am such a sociable person, but it's an amazing community. Yeah.
Has it been nice to find that network after doing something as high of a team sport as water polo?
It is, and I must admit it's been hard to kind of replace that, and I would say that I'll probably never be able to replace that. Like when you're playing at the collegiate level and you're training twice a day, you've got school, you've got high expectations on you. That bond that you make with those women is just something that you probably could never replace because you're basically living and breathing this sport together. But I feel that like the community that I'm making and have made here almost has kind of matched that in its own way. And some of the girls like Dion and Annie, who I've known for a long time, are literally like second family members to me. And yeah.
Talk to me about this insanely busy lifestyle you have, raising two boys and balancing it all. How do you do it?
Sometimes I wonder that myself. Maybe I'm a tad crazy, and stubborn, and I want to be able to give the boys the best of everything that I had to as well. It's definitely a challenge, and I'm really starting to feel it as the boys get older, because they love their baseball and they're really good at it. And they have made state teams the last few years. And as they get older, it continues to get more competitive and there's more traveling. And the boys are now on different teams this year for the first time, which is amazing because that means one gets moved up because he's a bit older and better, and then the other one will grow where he is. But that does put more pressure on me because as a single parent and the primary parent, I have to try and fit it all in. So it's all about time management. I've got an amazing community of school moms that I can also help rely on. And we work together to take the kids to training sessions. And yeah, my father-in-law helps me out too as well, which is really good. So yeah, I just try and balance it the best I can. And I'll probably just keep going till I can't go anymore. But I don't think I can imagine my life not being as busy. Maybe I'm just a sucker for it too at the same time.
I think you're probably a little bit.
Yeah, just maybe a little, because I just put my hand up to manage one of the boys' teams too as well. I was like, oh, I'll be one of your managers this year. They're like, great.
I don't think you get many people that play collegiate level sport that then go, oh, I'm just going to pull back from not hustling.
Yeah.
I think you're just living in the hustle now.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
when the boys are 18 and out of home, you can finally stop driving around to train.
Yeah. I know, that's true. Yeah, well, I remember my dad used to get up at like 5:30 to drop me off at swimming. And yeah, so I guess like that's the thing. I emulate the behavior that I've seen my dad do. He, would get up, take us to training. They'd come to all our sports. They'd help out at all our sports. So I just want to give that back to the boys. I'm happy to help out, be that parent, help out, get in. I have no idea how to play the baseball, but I will still throw with the kids, run the drills. Happy to put my hand up and manage because I see the joy that it brings the boys and that bond that creates for us too as well. And then I can now see the boys becoming natural leaders themselves amongst their team and, being really good sportsmen. And that makes me really proud because I think that that's definitely something that athletes should emulate and can convey. Yeah.
Going for a similar story like that, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's your goals for the next few years?
I want to go to Worlds. I feel like I've got kind of like a small window left of being able to really do this at the elite level that I want because of the boys, and if they continue going the way that they are, well, then they'll need that support from me. And it is hard juggling both. So I've kind of set a goal, which can definitely be expanded, but my goal is to do a big push to try and get to Worlds next year, especially with Nationals being here. There's a cost factor for me too as well. And yeah, I think that it's definitely achievable, and I want it.
What makes you a champion?
I don't know. Maybe first thing that comes to mind is my work ethic. I'm willing to do the hard work. I don't shy away from it. I come in here on my good days, my bad days, and I keep pushing forward. And I want to learn. I want to be better. I know I'm not perfect. I know that there's always room for growth. And I love being in the environment. I love immersing myself around other lifters that are good, because then that makes me want to grow and be better. I don't like to be stagnant or just average. So yeah, I guess those are my qualities that make me a champion.
Talk to me about the battle.
Ooh, Christy and I are so badass. I said to her, I was like, we should take like a photo. And then Cam's like, oh, do like the fighting one. And then the two of us were like, oh, we can't even make eye contact without laughing. I was like, oh my God, we're hopeless. But I don't, it's really funny. I actually didn't even think that I was on Christy's radar until I didn't do states last year. And I remember I messaged her and I was like, wow, like amazing performance, congratulations. And she said to me, she was like, I was really hoping you were going to be there. Like, I was really looking forward to going head to head. And I was like, man, so was I. There was just factors there. Just wasn't ready to compete. And so the best thing for me was to pull out. I said, but I'm looking forward to having that opportunity down the track. And yeah, when this kind of came around again and that thought kind of came into my head, I was like, man, this is going to be a good battle. And I think the two of us, we're very similar in terms of like, we're not like kind of like, we're too nice to kind of be nasty to each other, but it's nice. There's like a bit of like supportiveness between us, because obviously she's not here and we're still kind of getting to know each other, but I think we're going to really push each other to bring the best out of one another. And I'm really excited for that. Like I love that kind of competition. I think that's where, it's where like I love sporting. I think when you bring the best out of someone, it's just the best place to be. Yeah.
Have you ever had this close to the battle?
I don't think so. Hey, I think maybe like when I first came on board, like Lucy and I were pretty close, but she had just been coming back from the back injury. And so she was kind of like rebuilding, but nothing like this of this caliber. So it's all like kind of new territory for me, and managing like the emotions and the roller coasters and the pressure and stuff like that too as well. I put a lot of pressure on myself on naturally. So yeah.
How did it feel being that first kind of invite to this kind of meet? Obviously, maybe you've only just seen what was like last year. How does it feel going now? This is a bigger platform that I've probably ever been on, and how did that make you feel to be one of those first bunch of women to be announced?
Yeah, it made me feel like incredibly honored. Like I actually didn't expect it, to be honest. In my head, I was like, oh man, if I get an invite, I'm going to be like the last match announced. And yeah, I had no expectation. And then like, I just remember the day that I was there, like foam rolling, and you've come out with your camera. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why is Jacob filming me? And then I was like, oh, he must be filming my shirt or something. And then you've come with the envelope, and I was like, oh my God. And it was just the elation and the excitement, and yeah, it was everything that I wanted. Like I was like, if manifesting was a thing, I was manifesting it from the minute I heard that this was happening again. So yeah, very, 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 very honored. And yeah, I hope I do everyone proud.
What's your strategy?
My strategy is just to focus on myself. Just come in and put my best day out on the board. I feel like my best day is going to be very competitive. And just focus on that one lift at a time. Don't get too far ahead of myself, and just go and have fun.
The boys be in the crowd?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to make shirts for them. I like made shirts for them when we went to Pearl. There was like they had a shirt with me deadlifting, and it was like mom's #1 fan, and it said Pearl, and so I said, and it was like bright orange PBS colors, and I said to Cole, because he's just so funny, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make shirts for you guys again. I was like, will you wear them? And he's like, oh, he's like, Mom, he's like, the last ones were pretty embarrassing. I was like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, I didn't like the orange color, and I was like, well, that was my gym colors. So I was like, oh, well, this one will do it a bit differently. So Gabs has given me a link to go and do it, and I was like, I'm gonna put a bunch of my faces on it. I mean, this is where like the true American in me comes out. I love that kind of stuff. I love going up and over the top, and I like being a little out there, and I love having something to stand behind and represent it and be proud about it. And I think that's one good American quality that I definitely carry.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something we could probably improve on, especially probably from where the boys are in their age now in sport, and just having that little bit more, like when even me going over to America and witnessing it, it's like, this is so large. Everything is large and it's so supportive. Yeah. Do you feel like, and everything goes on that pedestal of like, wow, these are our heroes. Do you feel a little bit like you're that homegrown hero finally having a big shot at something now?
Oh, no. Maybe it's that little bit of that imposter syndrome, you know? And I just need to continue to back myself and believe in myself. And I think the things that are like, I love so much and that make me feel really, make me realize how much people do look up to me is when some of the juniors send me messages and they're like, oh my God, like your bench, like if I could have that bench, or if I could be as strong as you when I'm a mom, like that would be like the ultimate goal. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, you know, like, oh, I'd love that for you. And I love supporting the juniors and watching them come through and seeing that next level. Because when I started, the people that were in my place now were my idols that I looked up to and made me want to push to where I am today. So I think I just need to own it a little bit more. I'm probably in that in between of trying not to be too like conceited, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, and still being humble at the same time. So I struggle finding that fine line, but I'm looking to embrace it more because I know that would be more of my authentic self.
You earned your spot.
Thank you.
Cool. Anything else you want to say about the battle or the night or anything?
No, I'm just excited.
You
Can't
good?
wait. Yeah, I'm good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't make you cry too much?
Not too much. Oh God, we're talking about my friends.
How do you feel about Dion?
I love Dee, and she's so funny because I saw Dee the other day. I was walking through the city, and like I was going into work, and so we like just randomly saw each other out in the road, and I hadn't seen her for a few days because we can pick and choose what days we go into the office. And I was like, friend, I'm like, hi, and I ran over and gave her this big hug, and she's like, you're such a dickhead. I was like, I love you. And I think like, cause I know like she's not like that. So when I get over the top, she's just like, ugh. But I'm like, I know that secretly she's like, I'm glad that you're my friend and you're the out there one and I'm not.
Yeah. I know Dion will be there front and center cheering.
Yeah, she will be. I'm so excited. Yeah, it'll be great to have her there. And Annie said she was going to come down too. So that means a lot to me. Yeah.